Dude, you're never gonna believe what I just got.
Yo, what is it, man? What'd you get?
All right, you're gonna have to pick a hand. Left hand. Nope, not that one. Try again. Okay, right hand. Nope, try again. What is it, man? Just show me. It's the RX 9070, dude. PowerColor Reaper Edition.
No way, that's insane. How'd you score one of those?
I don't know. I got so lucky. I was on Newegg. I was on Amazon. I was on my phone. I was on the web. I was refreshing the pages like crazy. You know, I tried to get an XT. Those were sold out. I somehow landed on the PowerColor Reaper, added it to the cart, checked out. My order didn't get canceled. I got so lucky, man. Wow, congrats, dude. That is impressive. That's so cool. And it just arrived. Should we try it out? Sounds good, dude. I can't wait. Let's check this thing out. Woo! Can't wait to see what kind of performance this has. Let's go! All right, so we got the PowerColor Reaper RX 9070. We are gonna unbox it if I can. And it came with a little disappointed. It came with a ripped box, but you can't win them all. I'm lucky enough to get this card at all, so I'm excited. Let's see what is inside, shall we? If I can open it. Are we ready? Here we go, the 9070. Woo! Look at that. It's not very big at all. I have an RX 6800 right now, and this is 2/3 of the size of that. That's crazy. For a 3-fan card, it's not bad. Got the 2 8-pins right there. Comes with a wireless gaming headset certificate, maybe? Or they're just trying to sell me stuff. I don't know. I'll see what that's all about. But yeah, it's not very big. It's pretty small. It's just very interesting. It does take the 2 8-pins, as you can see. It's got the red on the fans here. Let's get it out of the bag here so we can really take a look. Pretty slick. Got the red, we got the black. This will actually fit the color scheme of my computer very nicely. So that's good. We got our, looks like 3 display ports and 1 HDMI, if I'm not mistaken. So there it is. 1, 2, 3 display ports, 1 HDMI. The back plate is sturdy. This feels very nice, I must say. And yeah, this is it. This is the PowerColor Reaper. We're gonna pop it into the PC next. All right, so just to compare sizes, this is the RX 6800. This is the RX 9070. Look how much smaller it is than the 6800. That is just crazy. It's a nice compact little 3-fan card. Very excited to pop it in my PC. Let's check it out. Now it is time to put it in the PC. We have the i5 12600KF, 32 gigs of DDR4 3200 RAM, 1 terabyte M.2 SSD. We got a 750 watt power supply in this baby. And now we've got the RX 9070. Let's do this thing. I am so excited to try this out. Make sure I can line it up properly here. And it clicked. We're in. Alright, so we are benchmarking Horizon Forbidden West. We are in the Burning Shores DLC. Very pretty area. Love just running around this area. So we're going to start off, we just checked the settings here. We're going to start off in 1440p. Got VSync on. We are just running native FSR AA for anti-aliasing. No upscaling yet or frame gen yet. This does support FSR 4, so we're definitely going to try frame gen with FSR 3.1 on, which essentially is FSR 4. So we will try that shortly. I have it set at the driver level to do just that. And for settings, we are on very high. I switched texture filtering from 8x and how do you say that? Anisotropic to 16x, which makes it custom. Just trying to kick those settings up as high as possible because I'm quite sure this GPU can handle it. So this is what we're doing. We're basically at native settings here. Ultra high, very high, whatever you want to call it. And we're getting 100 FPS. Amazing. The GPU's working, you know, 97, 98, 99%. That's exactly what we want. CPU is right around 50, 55. We're using a good amount of RAM, you know, just about 24 gigs of RAM. That's why, you know, you get 32 gigs of RAM. That's honestly becoming more or less the standard these days for gaming at this high of a level. Looking at the wattage, we are right around 220 watts. Not bad at all. Not drawing too much power. And yeah, this just looks incredible. This looks absolutely amazing. This game is just so pretty and beautiful just to run around in on its own. The fact I'm getting quality FPS at native settings on Ultra. And you know what? I forgot to turn on the 1% lows and the average and max. So let's turn that on as I fall into the water here. Let's get back over to the beach a little bit. Because I want to see, you know, the background and things and check out the water. The water looks really good. One thing I notice with this card versus the RX 6800, which I had before, is the water looks way better. The RX 6800, and maybe it's because it's FSR2, I don't know, old architecture. Things like water and hair just didn't look good. But, you know, brand new architecture, brand new card, brand new upscaling, even though I'm not using upscaling right now. Everything just looks amazing, and you can see we're getting average 100 FPS, just incredible. Look at the background. Islands in the background and the sky just looks so good. So let's kick this up a notch even more by going to our settings here. And we will go and upscale to FSR3 quality. No frame gen yet. Let's leave frame gen off. Still with our very high setting, very high custom settings, I should say. And what does that do for us? Let's turn off the recording and start a new one. And we're averaging so far right around 115, 120. So that gets us about 20 frames when we just turn on FSR. So awesome, amazing. Still looks really good. I can't really tell a difference between this and native. Maybe a slight difference. Things are a little blurry. You know, when I'm moving, I can see some kind of, I don't even know what you want to call it. Not ghosting, but I don't even see it right now. The water still looks pretty good. I mean, it's maybe slightly blurrier. I don't know. It's very hard to tell. Like if you, I'd have to put them side by side to try to spot the differences. I mean, this looks absolutely incredible right now. Sun is setting, looks beautiful. You can see it reflecting off the water. Just looks so good. You can see everything in detail in the background. You can see the trees far away, the mountains. You can see that, whatever it is. I think I need to go there. I have not completed the Burning Shores DLC yet, so I still need to do that. Let's now pop on frame gen. Let's see how crazy we can get here. Frame generation on, and yeah, AMD FSR3, which technically is FSR4. It doesn't say that, but because it's at the driver level, they say to just turn on FSR3, and then basically this equals FSR4, as far as I know. So either way, let's turn the recording back on. And are we getting any more frames? We're still around 120. I did turn frame gen on, didn't I? I thought maybe I turned it off by accident. Go back. Yeah, frame gen's on. We're on quality and still custom. So it's not adding a whole lot. There we go. Now we're getting a max of 145 at least. Average is higher. You know, we're averaging 127 now over 120. It's not a huge boost. It's not as much as I would have thought. But I can't see a big quality difference. It still looks really good. The detail is still there in the distance and right in front of me. And I'm getting little to no artifacts or ghosting or shimmering or anything like that. So absolutely amazing. This game just looks so great. This card, I think, was built for this game because it looks that good. So I am very impressed. This is amazing. I'm absolutely going to be playing this game again just to enjoy the scenery because it's that good. All right, let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, next up we're checking out Black Myth Wukong. This is the big one to test because this can have some trouble with AMD GPUs, so we're going to see if the 9070 can handle those issues. Now we're starting off, if we take a look at the settings here, we are in 1440, no frame rate cap, no motion blur, all that good stuff. Graphics, I pumped up super resolution all the way to 100. It says these settings may exceed recommended settings, may lead to performance issues. We'll see about that. I'm starting with just TSR with no frame gen and no ray tracing. We're on medium settings. Let's bump these up to cinematic and we'll see what we can do. And then we'll try FSR. I just want to see kind of super natively, what does this look like? Okay, we're getting around 40 FPS. And how does combat feel? Combat feels fine, a little delayed. You can see we're getting 20 millisecond frame time. So it's not great. Not great at all. I wouldn't really want to play this game on cinematic anyway. So probably something more realistic would be very high. So we'll just do this quickly, and then I want to flip on FSR. This gets us a little more frame, not a whole lot, mid-40s, still not awesome. But it's slightly better. So at least we got that going for us. Obviously, there's a lot of settings you can tweak here to get things going the way you would want. But what happens if we turn on FSR? Apply those settings. And that gets us around 50 now. Okay, so it's getting a little bit better each time we do something. Back in the 40s. So let's try and find ideal settings for this game here. If we go to graphics, we'll probably bump down super resolution. We'll go to like 75. And let's do high settings. FSR, let's just try that. See how we do. Much better, much better. Okay, now we're getting... Let me turn on the recording here. We are getting some dips. You can see we already have a 1% low of 5. It just dipped again a little. So, still need to do some tweaking, probably to get this absolutely working the way we would want to. Okay, we got a big boy here. He's dead. And I am in New Game Plus, so I've forgotten what all the stuff I can get here is. We're pretty steady now. If I redo the recording, now we're getting in the hundreds, and we're still getting dips. We're still getting that 5% dip here and there. So still not maybe the idealist of settings. I don't think frame generation is going to help with that. We could go medium settings. That probably will help. And maybe we'll pop on frame gen there. And I don't know. We'll try 100 with medium settings. See if that's good or bad.
Must mercy's hand so woe upon thee? For what deed must the red one into the wood?
Okay. So we're getting in the 150s. Can't complain about that. Looks kind of nice. We're medium setting, so obviously it is not the highest quality you can have, but it does not look bad at all. So this is maybe how I would play the game if I were to play it. I haven't played this since it came out, so it's kind of fun to jump back in here. But yeah, this is working. We're not getting any dips. Let me run back out in the jungle, because that's where we're getting the dips before. But this seems pretty good with these settings here. Are we going to get any dips? Dips, dips, dips. Do we get any dips? Dips, dips, dips. Do we get any dips? Not really. Not really at all. That's pretty good. Now, let me just try flipping things to high settings and see if that causes problems or not. So we'll go graphics. We got frame gen on, we got FSR on, super resolution 100. Not going to try ray trace. Maybe I should try ray tracing next, actually. But let's see how it does with high. And Definitely looks better. I can tell it looks better. Not getting the dips. So maybe frame generation is the savior for this game. I don't believe it's FSR 4, because I don't think Black Myth Wukong is supported with FSR 4. But not getting the dips. What happens if we run through the cave here? Let's try and load in a new area, perhaps, and see what happens. Okay, looking good. We're still smooth. We're still smooth. Not bad at all. Still pretty smooth. Alright, we're going to now try ray tracing. What is that going to do for us? Is that going to kill things? We'll go medium. We'll go for it here. Look at that. FPS numbers still looking good with ray tracing on medium. Very playable. More than playable. A little bit of a dip into the 90s there, but nothing you would even really notice. Now, will you notice ray tracing in this game? I'm not quite sure. I need to go near some water, probably. Be able to tell. But it does look good. Looks very good. And I am getting 120 FPS average. I mean, beyond playable. This is amazing. I might just have to jump back into this game because this is looking pretty good. Not bad at all. So, yeah, we'll end Black Myth Wukong here. Very playable. Even though it's an AMD GPU, still can handle it. Just got to turn on some settings, tweak some things, get it to work. I like it. So next we're checking out a brand new PC release, The Rise of the Ronin. It's actually a PS5 port. Just came out this week at the time of this video, and there have been performance issues. People have been complaining about performance with the PC version. There is a 120 FPS limit that we're setting it to. We're in 1440p. We got FSR quality on ultra settings that we're starting with, and we're going to see if the performance is better with a new graphics card like this. So I'm going to let the benchmark do the talking. I'm going to end my commentary here, so let's see how it does.
上等だ。
Dead to defy the Shogun. Your clan is doomed.
Now we're taking a look at God of War Ragnarok, another game that does support FSR 4. We're going to start off in Ultra settings, native, just to see how things look. Later we will turn on FSR, quality upscaling, and then we'll try frame gen after that. So check it out, God of War, another game that looks visually very amazing, and this card just absolutely crushes it. So enjoy the benchmarks. My commentary will end here, and then we'll take a look at the next one after that. So next we're just running the Monster Hunter Wilds benchmarking tool, another game that was released not even a month ago. It's still brand new. And this is just the benchmark tool, but gives you an idea of how the game will play with your hardware. So just running through the benchmark, and then we'll take a look at the results at the end.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great!
You bet.
Yeah.
I hope we find them soon.
Look!
Safe to say the 9070 can handle Monster Hunter Wilds in 1440p. This is without frame gen on and looks very playable. Last up, we got your classic Timespy benchmark just to see what the score looks like. And coming in with a score of 20,581 and a graphics score of 23,993. This is very, very good. You can see the scores are slightly lower than the average in the high scores, but I'm not overclocking anything. If I did want to overclock, I'm sure I could boost those scores up, but this is just base performance and everything looks great.
So there you have it. How do you think it looks? I think it looks awesome. 2 thumbs up. The 9070 is legit. Even though it's the non-XT, it can still perform with the top GPUs out there.